Hi dolls, and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing a one brand tutorial on Maybelline. I've got a whole bunch of stuff sitting in front of me that I just got done playing with. It is like a first impressions kind of tutorial thing. I like to take one brand. If you're new here, what I like to do is I like to take one brand, drugstore brand particularly, because drugstore is such a hit and miss, and come on here and give you guys my first honest opinion of what I think it is personally myself. Now, just because it doesn't work for me doesn't mean it won't work for somebody else. But I do like watching these kind of videos, and it kind of gives me an idea of what I should try from a company and what I shouldn't try. So that's kind of how I make my choices on some of the makeup I'm buying. If you guys want to see a video on like a high-end brand, like one of theirs, and I can do that as long as the brand has everything that I can use. Like if I can't wear, they don't have a color for me in like the bronzers or the foundations and stuff and whatnot, something, I'm not going to spend my money on it and do it. But if it's like a product, a company that all like their brand, I can actually use all their products, then I would definitely do that. Just let me know down below and I can make that happen. So yeah, if you guys like videos like this, give it a thumbs up, or let me know down below what brand you want to see next. So yeah, if you guys want to see what I think of Maybelline's products, please stick around. Okay, so I've already moisturized my face, and I'm gonna go in with it says New Master Prime. It's the Blur Illuminator 200. It says it's lightweight, non-oily formula, does not clog pores. Wear alone or under makeup to refine wear. It says visibly blurs tones, imperfections, and smooth skin surfaces. Prime skin for illuminated start. So we're just going to put some out. And this is what it looks like, and we're just going to dot it all over our face. And just rub that in. This smells like lotion, almost like baby lotion. Almost, just a little stronger than baby lotion, but it doesn't smell horrible. So it's not bad, and it feels like it's pretty smooth. I don't know if it really does. It doesn't really look like to me like it does anything to the skin. Like it says. But it does feel a little tacky, not a whole lot, not much. So we shall see. Okay, so we're going to just let that kind of seep in for a little bit, and we're going to move to the eyes, and we're going to use the Master Prime Longwear Shadow Base. It's kind of got a pearly essence to it. I don't know, it's like a creamy, but it also looks very like kind of shiny. I'm just going to put that all over the eyelids. And then we're just going to use our fingers to blend it all out. I'm just going to bring that up just a little bit. It does leave a white cast on me. I don't know if you guys can see, like it definitely made my, like, it's a bit of a light white out cast, and it's shiny. It's almost like it's illuminating primer. It doesn't say that it's illuminating primer, but my eyelids are definitely shiny. So I'm going to say that it may be a illuminating primer. So I just had these two little quads, right? These little palettes here. They don't have, oh, this is Autumn Copper and Sunlight Bronze. And I'm just going to try to use these guys to create just a little simple look, because this one has no mattes, and I don't know what I was thinking when I picked it. I think this color right here really speaks to me, and I think that's probably the only reason why I did pick it up. These have been sitting for a little bit. I've been waiting to get the foundation. I haven't been able to find it in stores, and finally I caved and picked it up online, which isn't my favorite way to order foundation. And then I have this one, which this one, I'm going to probably use this one to set my eyes. And that doesn't say, they don't have number like colors or anything like that. It just says base. So we're just going to tap that in. This one kind of has a shimmery thing to it, like a little bit of a shimmery color to it, but we're going to make it work because this is all I got, and I don't have any other Maybelline like that I could use. So we're just going to set that. Now we're going to go in with this like grayish, and we're just going to put it in the crease a little bit and to give it depth, and then one other, because okay, like I'm literally not sure if I'm really impressed, but okay, this has like no color payoff on me. Try this brown. I'm gonna try this brown right here and put it in the crease and see what I can get. It's shimmery, but I mean, there's more color payoff on that on the brush than there is with the other. Okay, so this has a little more payoff. So we're just gonna put this in there before we go with the other color, just to give it something dimension and so it doesn't look so bad. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with that shimmery shade, and I'm just gonna go in with, since I wasn't gonna do, I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna use, so we're gonna go with that. We're gonna go with the E14. I just realized I didn't tell you guys all the brushes I used. The E23 is what I used just to set my liner, and then the E17 is what I used for my crease. Sorry. So we're gonna go with the E14, and we're just gonna go into this right here, the crease. It says crease right on it, but we're gonna go for all over the lid and just try to pick up some shade, and let's see how well this goes. I'm just gonna pat more. Okay, so we're going to not use this brush because it's not working, and we're just gonna go for it with our finger. There's like literally like nothing. I'll just put it on the lid. I mean, you dig your finger in it, you get some payoff. But I mean, look at this poor shadow. Looks pretty rough. So I'm just going to use this E17 and just kind of blend in the crease with whatever is left on the brush. Okay, so we're just going to move on next with the foundation. Now I'm going to use it's the Maybelline Face Studio Blender. It doesn't have anything. It just, it does seem to be pretty, I had a wet, it is a little dense, so it's not like super soft like the L'Oreal one, but it seems to be pretty nice, and it does have this little thing, looks like it'll groove nice. I don't know if you guys can see, like it'll groove nice up underneath to do the concealer. I did though have to wet this a lot. Like it took a while for the initial like wet, and when I squeezed it, bubbles came out of it, like soapy bubbles. Like it was soapy almost. So I don't know if it's just me or if it's something that all Maybelline sponges are doing. So if you guys have tried this and when you wet it, at first it seemed like it wasn't growing. So that's when I kept wetting it and wetting it. But then like soap, it was almost like I was washing it with washing it. Like that kind of soap was coming out of it, seemed like. So I don't know if it was just me or not, but if you guys have experienced that, let me know down below so I know. And if not, then if I end up liking this, I'll probably end up trying another one just to see, because it doesn't really have an odor. It just kind of was weird for me. So we're going to go in with the new Super Stay Full Coverage Maybelline New York. This has been out for a little while, but like I said, I have been looking for this in the stores. Every time I went to my drugstores, my local Walmart, my Target, everywhere, nobody had it. Even Ulta did not have it. So finally I just caved in and ordered it online, and lo and behold, once I ordered it online, it came in. My Ulta got it. But we're just going to go with it. It says it's up to 24 hours, and I got mine in 334 warm sun. It does have a pump. And we're just going to squeeze some out of my finger. I'm hoping this is the right color, guys. I probably should have tested it a bit before I did. It's a little runny. Can you guys see it as it's like going down my finger? And I'm just going to kind of dab this on my face. Might be too dark. Okay, so that was like a little over a pump. I'm just going to put like a half a pump to make it basically 2 full. We're going to go with that's about 2 full pumps. And we're just going to blend in. I'm just going to wipe whatever's on my finger onto it just so I don't have it all over. And we're just going to take the bottom of this thing and blend it in. Yeah, I think this might be a little too dark. I definitely could have went down a shade. I mean, it's blending out nicely, but it's definitely too dark. And I mean, at this point, there's not much I can do. I don't have a backup. So we're gonna go with it, even though, and if I end up liking this foundation, I'll have to get a different color. So right off the bat, I don't think this is really considered a full coverage. I mean, it does cover up, but you can still kind of see like a lot of stuff on my face. I'm gonna go in with one more pump just to see if it's maybe buildable to full coverage, even though it says full coverage, and just see. Like I said, it really blended out really easily, so I'm just going to actually squirt it onto the sponge instead. And just blend it all out. So yeah, the second layer appears like I didn't even put a full the same amount. I just put a little extra. So it's definitely more of the buildable full coverage for me, at least, because the coverage with the little extra coat there appears to be pretty nice. It's just, ooh lordy, it is too dark for me. You can definitely classify for my type of skin with, for me, I would say it is full coverage. This sponge, though, not too bad. It is a little harder compared to the L'Oreal, but in reality, if you can't find the L'Oreal and they have this, I would say give this a shot. You know, and if you guys want, I could do a video of the drugstore sponges that I have found that are pretty comparable to the Beauty Blender, which is something that I have tried, and I have found actually for myself that I like drugstore blenders more. So if you guys want me to do a video on like my favorite drugstore blenders, I can do that. Just let me know in the comments below. Okay, so next, that aside, next we're going to go with concealers. And I have two, guys. I bought these a little while ago and I've been having them sit. I have the Master Conceal by Face Studio and the Super Stay. And I feel like since I've kind of gone with the whole master thing, I think I'm going to try this one, although I've heard great deals about this one. And they're both medium, but this one looks lighter than this one. So I'll try this one. If it feels too dark, we'll add this one in. And this one does not have a thing, so we're just going to pull out my good old... Actually, you know what? Yeah, we're going to go with my... Sorry, guys. Didn't realize. I'm going to try my Sigma 3D Precision. It's a little bigger. I'm going to try it. If not, then I can always... Actually, we're going to use this to apply it. Ooh, look, this is dark. We're going to use this to apply, and then we'll use the other to blend it in. I mean, the consistency doesn't seem too bad, and actually it doesn't look as dark. Doesn't seem as dark, and we're just going to use this to see if I can actually, no. So we're going to finish up with the rest of the face real quick. Which I realized I did not do. I'm going to have to play around with that brush. A little bit more. And we're going to use this to blend it in, and we're going to use that side. Let me put this down because like I need it. So I kind of feel like this sponge though, it is drying up, like it kind of drying and making a thing. So I'm just going to grab the closest thing I see for me, and this is my coconut water, though you guys have seen it in my TJ Maxx haul, and I just sprayed the part that I'm blending my concealer in, and I'm just going to use that to help blend it in. It really did brighten up my face a little bit. I feel like it did make it not so dark. I gotta say, so far I don't feel like it's such a horrible concealer, which is always good in my books. And I think I'm just going to move on and just leave it like that. So now we're going to set, and we're going to use the Maybelline Master Fix by Studio. It's a loose setting plus perfecting loose powder. And it's white, and it has just a little thing. So we're just going to tap a little bit of this into the lid and hope this does not give me a white cast, because I don't want that after everything I've already done. So I'm just going to go with my blush brush from Real Techniques. I really like to use that to set my face. So we're just going to set my whole face. We're not going to do like a whole bunch of baking or anything. And I'm just going to go from the out to the in. And this just, and then, and I'm patting, I'm not like rubbing, I'm patting all over my face. And then once you kind of set it all, you can kind of rub it all back, rub it all in. Okay, so let's move on. We need to do our bronzer and stuff. And I just got the Master contour, and I'm just going to use this to kind of bronze up, because I didn't see a bronzer. So we're just going to go with this instead. And I'm going to try to use this to bronze up my face a little bit, and we'll see how that works. I'm just going to use the G5. I mean, this does look kind of light. Online, they acted like they had like 3 different shades. So, I mean, I don't really need a whole lot of bronzing, but just because my face is kind of warm, like all together. But I do still want to do a little bit. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with my eyebrows. And look, that's it, because I just realized I've not done my eyebrows or my mascara. So I got Temptations Brow Definer. Not 100% sure. I never really paid attention to their eyebrow pencils, so I don't know. I got it in medium brown, and it's just like this. I feel like, ooh. Okay, I was going to say I feel like this might be something like Anastasia, like knockoff, but I don't know if you guys can see, like, it has its own defined shape. This is like nowhere near something that I've seen with anybody else. It's like a diamond shape. So, I don't know. And then they have this little tiny spoolie at the end. I don't know. Let's try it out. Hopefully it's not too bad, because I feel like, oh, this little guy's not too bad. Let's hope this color works for me. Okay. Not too bad. I think I expected worse. The only thing is I did not see a setting, like a gel for setting. So if I overlooked one, you guys know if Maybelline has one, let me know down below, please. Okay, so I'm just going to do a little quick here. It's kind of hard. It is definitely kind of hard. Look, I haven't even really filled it in. I mean, I got the end a little bit, but That's where my problem area is. So I'm just going to go lightly up in the front here. Just some lines. And then... Okay, so once you get past like the initial surface, it is actually feels really nice. And I do like this color. I haven't been into having my brows super dark. Now I'm going to go in with my mascara. Only did one, and this is their Total Temptation. So along with the same thing with the brow. And I just realized something. I didn't buy an eyeliner, a new eyeliner to try. Let me, real quick before I go any further, let me look and see if I have at least the Maybelline eyeliner to use. Okay, I'm just going to use my Maybelline Skinny just to do a little thin line. I don't have lashes or anything, so I'm not really worried about too much of covering up anything, just to add a little bit to the thing. And since I've used this enough, I can just tell you guys, I do like it a lot, but it does break pretty easily. Okay, just decided to finish that up off camera just because the eyeshadow was, I don't know, I feel like it was just making it a little difficult to apply. And, you know, we're going to add just a little bit to the bottom lash line. I haven't done that in forever, and I feel like it could definitely use it. Okay, I feel like it makes it look a lot better. Normally I don't do that, but since I wasn't able to really get much payoff with the shadow, I decided that it'd probably be just a good idea. Kind of a last minute. So let's go into this mascara. It is in okay, so let's refer to the package that I did. I did get Black is Black. I know it's black, but they always seem... This packaging is really cute. I mean, I'm loving the color. And so this is going to be, for me, it's going to be more of an upper lash. But since I didn't get a bottom one, I didn't think about it when I was picking them out. Because I was focused on that foundation. We're just going to wing it. This is not... Okay, it's got... I mean, I don't know if you guys can see because I like don't really feel like I have much. I feel like it's... I mean, it's coming off and it's working. Like, it's not like a lot of work to apply it. But at the same time, like, my lashes are like all like sticking together. There's no separation with this mascara. I mean, it definitely is adding quite a bit of length with the second coat. So, I mean, I guess you could like separate it, like use one of those little tools that they have to separate after. It dries a little bit. I mean, it's not, like I said, it's not difficult to work with any shape, way, or form. It's just not exactly separating them. And I guess I didn't, I'll read the package here in a minute. Actually, let me see. It claims to be full fluffy lashes. I don't know about all that. And this brush actually is not that bad for your bottom. So, I don't know if you guys can see like the bottom. Like, it Like, in my opinion, it's not a bad one, but you're definitely going to want to kind of like separate them a little bit. It definitely does add length and tears. It does, I don't know if it makes it look fuller, but I feel like maybe your bottom looks more fuller than the top. And maybe it's just because it does clump it all together. It's not even clumpy though. Your lashes just literally like kind of like form like its own little like group, and it's just, I don't know how to explain it. Like the separation of the way that they are, it looks weird. It's not like separated. It just, it's almost like they were wet and they kind of like just stuck together. It's not a clumpy mascara though. By any ways, it's no clumpy mascara. Okay, so let's do some blush. And we're going to go with my It Cosmetics. This is part of their holiday collection that they did. We're just going to go with that pink. It does look like, might be a little, oh, this pinky pink. Oh, guys. Tapped off the excess, and we're just going to lightly, okay. Okay, I like my blushes not to be super, super pigmented because you can build it up. This, you really got to work at it. I mean, and it's funny because I don't remember their Fit Me. Well, actually, I've never even done their Fit Me. I have a couple before they changed their packaging, but I wanted to try something that was a little more newer. This isn't, it's not bad. I mean, you got to go in a few times, really go in with it a little bit. Like, I definitely recommend don't like dig into it, but it's not, and it's got like it's almost like a highlighted blush. It's very sheen, and it's sheen, but it's got like, it's definitely got like my cheeks. See, I go outside in the sun, my cheeks are going to be shining. I just realized that I got the new one that they did. I love their other one, and this is in the shade Rose Gold. Just realized I did that. So we're just going to go over it a little bit and try it out. I just realized that while I was looking like down at my mirror. We're going to see this beauty has. So yeah, it's got the same, if you like the original one, I'm going to say it's the same. I feel like it's the same formula. What I like about this is you can build it up to be really intense, or you can make it kind of more in my opinion, I feel like you can make it more on like the flow within a little bit if you just do a little bit, where you can really dig in. And have at it. I mean, I'm going to say it definitely is the same formula as the other one. Definitely more on that same formula side. And I'm just going to take this and I'm going to spray it with the same stuff that I've been using, my coconut water. Just going to spray the end of it a little bit, just so I can like mesh all this in a little bit and make it seem like it's more melted in the skin versus sitting on top of the skin. We're going to use the new Maybelline Super Stay Matte ink. I have Amazon in Seductress. Let's swatch them and see which one we're going to go with. Ooh, this is a pretty color. So Seductress, more of a pinky tone. And on mine it looked more brown. We're going to go with Amazon. Yeah, Amazonian, sorry guys. What happens when you read it fast? You don't notice it. So we're going to pop this on. It's going to be more brown. Yeah, I'm not trying to go pinky with my eyes not as dramatic. Definitely going to go with more of a deeper lip. I do like this applicator. It makes it so easy to apply. Okay guys, this is a really pretty color. I think I'm liking it a little more than the other. But I feel like, I don't know, I'm liking this color. Okay, so all I have left is the setting spray, and we're going to go with, it's the Master Fix, which seems to be majority of the stuff that I've done besides, for the all the products. And it's just a wear boosting setting spray, and I'm just going to give it a shake. And since I have not sprayed it yet, we're going to spray it a couple times to make sure, and we're just going to spray it all over. A little harsh in my opinion. Like, it's definitely something that you might want to hold a little further away. I held it kind of close. I feel, okay, Maybelline, honestly, you're a major hit and miss for me. The color range for like the bronzer contour thing just does not work for me, and I'm really not that deep skin toned at all. I'm pretty light compared to a lot of other people out there. So for me, that just because of that, this is going to be a pass. Like, just the whole thing in general, it's not worth the thing. I pay like anywhere from 10 to 13 bucks for this. I'm definitely not going to ever use that again. It's horrible. These eyeshadows, I know that you can still pick up these kind of eyeshadows at the store. Honestly, guys, don't waste your money. It is honestly such a waste. The pigmentation on majority of these shadows stink. The amount of work I had to do just to get the shimmer that you're seeing, literally, I dug my finger. No, I can't open it. I dug my finger into this. Look at this shadow. Look at that. I've literally dug my finger. Anything I have to literally dig my fingers in and push in really hard to get some type of payoff like I have now is not worth it. There are so many other eyeshadows out there in the drugstore world that are way better, and these are just not it. I feel kind of let down. These Maybelline's a pretty good company, and they're pretty affordable for the most part. So I'm kind of bummed that these just did not work for me. Let's move on and talk about the primer. This Blur primer, it works. I'm not going to say it's, wow, it does an amazing blurring, illuminating thing. But honestly, I would use it again. I don't feel like this makeup, especially with this foundation, is really horrible. And looking at my mirror there, guys, sorry. So I would definitely recommend trying this, especially if you have smaller pores. I have larger pores, so I don't expect a huge amount of blurring out, but I do feel like it definitely helped my skin to a degree, and my foundation went on beautifully with it on. So I would say I would definitely use this again. and recommend this. The concealer, the color, actually, I was surprised. It's so dark in this container, and I just grabbed a medium because that's what I usually am in like the drugstore world of concealers. There's only like 3 shades. For most companies, there's some out there that do a little more. But for the most part, a lot of the drugstore people are only doing 3 shades. I know that LA Girls, Remerald, and I feel like NYX might have more than, they all have more than 3, I believe. I want to say NYX has probably like 4 or 5, maybe even more. Remerald has probably around 6 or so, 7, and I just lost track of the other ones I was saying, but there are some companies that there are, but majority of the companies are only doing 3. So that is what I am. It actually, for me, I'm going to have to try this again. I can't say yes or no. I do like the coverage of it. I just, the blending out with the sponge right here, I don't know. Like, I liked my foundation with it. I just don't like blending my concealer, if that makes any sense, or if it sounds odd to you guys. I just feel like foundation, yes, all day long. Concealer, I'm going to try it with my L'Oreal sponge, which is something that I use a lot, or even my Morphe ones. I'm going to try this with, but I do like the coverage. So if one of those sponges blended it out easier, then I'm definitely going to go for this more often. I'm going to let this sit before I give my full opinion. The eyeshadow primer, I mean, it did, okay, so this I'm a little torn on because it did like give me like illuminated, looked like I had like little glitter chunks or something in it when I did, and then my skin was kind of like a white cast over it. So, I mean, I don't know, like just like the color and the fact that it's shimmery, I don't like that. I don't like the shimmery effect of it, but it did seem to blend out pretty decently. But because of the shimmer, I'm going to say no, because if I just don't want to have shimmery pieces all over my lid, and if I'm going for a matte look, and you can see some of that after I set it, where it sees through, I'm not going to be very happy. So I'm going to pass on this. Okay, so next, this setting powder, when you first put it on, I really felt like my skin kind of looked, it just didn't look right. Like you could kind of see like the fact that I have something setting on my skin from the powder. And it does claim that it's a setting powder. It doesn't claim that it's a translucent powder, which means it's really, it's more made to do the job and be able to set underneath your eyes, like set the concealer underneath your eyes beautifully. So at first I was like, I don't know. But honestly, now that I have actually set my makeup, I've put everything else on and it's had a chance to kind of like just like settle. This powder, guys, no, if you're looking for a new drugstore powder to try, pick this up. It literally just melted into my skin after I've set it and everything and have all my face done. It is just really good setting powder. I'm surprised at first glance of looking. I would reach for this again. Definitely reach for this again and try it. I'm going to keep wearing it and using it. Just trying with other foundations. I'm going to try this with my high-end foundations just to see what it does with that. But honestly, guys, this is really good. Just your face. It's not like showing any white cast. It does not show like patchiness on my skin. Nothing. It just literally just kind of blended in, set everything, and made everything's blend out so good. Seriously, guys, pick this up if you are looking for a new one. Okay, so let's talk about this foundation. Okay, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I do like it. If it wears as well, which it seems to be really good. Like sometimes I get like little things here with my foundation. I don't really pay too much attention to it. Because even with my high ends, I get it. I just kind of blend it out pretty good. And then I'm usually pretty good for the day. Like at first, like when I'm putting it on, it kind of like cracks out while I'm doing everything. So I blend it out. But this looks really good on my skin. I actually am so surprised at how good this is. I am definitely going to go pick up a different shade. Sounds like there's something in it. I'm going to go actually bring this with me. Make sure I don't make the mistake of getting the same color again. And I'm going to pick up a shade lighter. Probably a shade. Maybe a shade or two. But definitely, I like this, guys. I really, really do. I think that it's definitely worth the money. I think this was like 12 or 13 bucks. Maybe a little less. I'm not quite sure, but I'll link everything down below. I'll put the prices, and I'll just link like the Maybelline site so you guys can go check it out if you want. And I'll link I'll go to Ulta and I'll go to Maybelline, and I'll just link that so you guys can go down and look at all their products and try things for yourselves if you're looking for it. But this actually, I was surprised how well it is working. Like, go Maybelline on this. I heard they reformulated it, so good formulation. Okay, so I'm not going to do the eyeliner, guys. Like I said, I've used it before. I probably did a video on it, not 100% sure. But like I did say real quick, I'll say that it does break pretty easily. But other than that, pretty good. Okay, so let's move on to the mascara. The mascara is beautifully packaged. I am in love with the package. It's like a matte. It's not matte finish, everything. It applies beautifully. The only issue I do have is, like I said, my lashes are like clumping together. But it's not a clumpy mascara. I do like the way my bottom lashes look. You can actually really see them, which for me, they're really small. I feel like my eyelashes are non-existent for the most part, but this actually really helped them stand out on the bottom. So, I mean, something slid. I sat something down and it slid. But I would definitely say that this is, even though the brush isn't my typical bottom lash one, this could be a really amazing bottom lash mascara. And I mean, for your tops too, it definitely does add length, but you're just going to have to use something else to kind of like separate your lashes so they don't look all stuck together and like the wet stuck together look. But other than that, yeah, it's a really good mascara. The brow pencil. Who would have thought, after all the other stuff that I was trying and I was feeling like, Maybelline, what happened? What is going on? This right here, I am absolutely amazed with. I cannot believe that I actually like this as much as I do. At first, like I said, it's a little hard, but once you get past that initial coat, like the first little coat layer, it goes on so beautifully. I feel like it did my brows so quick. And I really do like the finish that it gives you. I'm really impressed with these. I can see myself reaching for this a lot. So yeah, this is definitely, try this, guys. Try it. Starting to feel like drugstore. Some of the drugstore eyebrow pencils and things like that are really picking it up. Okay, so let's go with this setting spray. It shoots out like wide range, and I feel like it's a little harsh, but so you're just gonna have to like hold it away from you, quite a far away, to an extent. I'm not saying like go like 10 feet away or whatever, just kind of like hold it a good decent amount away. But I don't know how I exactly feel about it, because like I said, setting sprays throughout the day, but I do like how it kind of like melted everything together, and how my skin looks now with it. I do feel like it looks really good. So I mean, even if I'm going to say this, and it's probably going to sound horrible, but even if it doesn't make my makeup, like really help my makeup last, I definitely would just use this period and then maybe put an additional one over it after, or use this to like spray my beauty sponges to like melt my highlighter and stuff into my skin a little bit, which is something I like to do. But I do like this, and I do feel like it definitely worked to make everything just kind of like melt in and look a little more cleaned and well done. So yeah, this is definitely something that I'm going to keep using and trying, and see how well it goes. Okay, guys. Before I talk about this lips, let's talk about the highlighter. So all of you have used, a lot of you, I'm not going to say all of you because I don't know how many of you actually went on the bandwagon of using the Maybelline original one, the gold something highlighter, which is something I really do love. I do love that. I think it's one of my top highlighters out there on for them. Get some of that other stuff up. I don't know if you guys can see. You see that right here? It's beautiful. It is definitely a beautiful highlighter. It does have more of a pinky tone. I'm not huge on the pinky tone, but I didn't like the white one that they had because I knew that was just going to be horrible. And I really wanted to try these. The color's beautiful, and I'm going to say the formula is basically the same. I'm sure they had to change it, the color is different. Like whatever they use for the color to make one color versus another is different. But other than that, it's the same. Like it has the same quality, the same payoff, the same everything. It's a good highlighter. I do like it, and I'm going to continue using this and playing with it and having some good old highlighter days with this. Okay, last but not least, guys, I don't really know how I feel. This is kind of sticky. It's not completely dried, and I do feel it on my lips. So it's not tightening or anything, but it is a little uncomfortable to wear. I think that even with the lip chapstick that I put underneath for moisturizing, I rubbed it in a little bit more. Even with that on, I mean, I'll probably still wear it. I do like the color. I do like the application, but it is sticky still. And I mean, I did everything else first before I did this, so I don't know. I don't know if it's going to permanently dry. It says matte, so I don't know. I feel like it's got a look. It's not like glossy look, but I mean, it's not horrible. I just hopefully it finishes drying down and it's not so tacky. So yeah, I believe that is it, you guys. If you guys like this kind of video, let me know down below with a thumbs up, and I can make some more. But yeah, I have nothing else to say. But I love you guys, and thank you for watching.